Pollution is defined as the introduction of any solid, liquid, or gas material or source of energy into the atmosphere at a pace faster than it can be spread, diluted, decomposed, recycled, or maintained in a harmless form. According to the environment, the three major forms of pollution are air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. Plastics are a form of synthetic organic polymers and are one of the most often used materials because they are durable, versatile, lightweight, and relatively affordable to create. Although the first plastics were manufactured in the 1860s, it was not until the 1940s that plastic production became one of the world's fastest growing businesses. Plastics have gradually supplanted traditional materials such as wood, metal, and leather since then. Plastics are increasingly widely used in the textile, automotive, industrial, and packaging industries due to their versatility. Mismanagement of plastic trash poses a hazard to both the ecosystem and human health in many developing countries. Malaysia, as one of the world's major importers of plastic trash, confronts waste management issues, particularly in light of the country's expanding urbanization and population growth rates.
Marine plastic pollution (MPP) is becoming a widespread issue that also affects Southeast Asia on a local level. According to a 2015 analysis, 6 of the 11 countries in Southeast Asia were in the top 20 nations in terms of the volume of improperly disposed plastic garbage. Indonesia placed in 2nd, Philippines 3rd, Vietnam 4th, Thailand 6th, Malaysia 8th, and Myanmar 17 have the greatest rates of emissions, which range from 1.4 to 3.54 million metric tons annually, with yearly plastic waste pollution ranging from 1.32 to 1.53 million metric tons. The 6th country emission of plastic trash outweigh China's, which come in first. The excessive manufacture of single-use plastics in Malaysia is one of the causes of this plastic pollution. Due to its low cost, plastic is one of the things that is most readily available and frequently utilized in today's society. Rapid urbanization and population increase are boosting the demand for inexpensive plastics. It is utilized in a multitude of applications since it is an affordable and durable material such as packaging, plastic bottles, cans, straws, and carry bags. People often dispose of them quickly because they are so inexpensive. They do not view them as being as important to keep as other priceless possessions. Plastic is difficult to dispose of properly when burned outdoors. It pollutes the environment. In addition, homes with poor waste management practices contribute to the contamination of plastics. Typically, people just dump their trash in the trash can without classifying it. There are many different types of waste, including paper, plastic, glass, and metal. Each and every one of it needs a distinct kind of care for disposal, recycling, and decomposition. Prior to being collected by garbage trucks and dumped at landfills, waste need to be managed and separated at home, according to Professor Dr. Ahmad Ismail, President of the Malaysian Nature Society. These wastes will be collected, some of which will disintegrate fast, while others, like plastic, will fill the designated landfills to capacity. Thus, the plastic debris may wind up in the ocean or on the land, generating pollution that harms the environment for both plants and animals.
The Malaysian government should also strengthen the national policy. Aquatic ecology, fisheries, tourism industry and public health have all been damaged by plastic pollution. Not only Malaysia, governments in Asian region are also becoming more aware of the enormous ecological and monetary impact plastic polluted rivers and oceans. As a consequence, ASEAN members such as Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand and Malaysia have started their particular national policy measure to address the problem of marine plastic debris, and they hope to reduce their country's national action plan for plastic waste and eliminate non-biodegradable plastic bags by the end of the next decade. Another suggestion is improving the disposal of waste. Waste management is based on the hierarchy of 4 Rs, which are reduce, reuse, recycle, and recover. Even if the focus is on reducing and reusing trash and intervening in production and consumption, some waste will still be produced. In this case, an appropriate integrated waste management system should be used to appropriately manage the waste as a resource. Outside of high-value products like electronics and automobiles, packaging is rarely utilized because it is difficult to reuse and needs recovery, sorting, and refilling. As a result, waste that cannot be regenerated should only be used as feedstock or in energy recovery, and only final waste such as ash should be landfill. The amount of plastic in the environment will be decreased by proper solid waste management. Thus, by improving disposal of waste, it can reduce the plastic pollution in Malaysia.
Aside from that, reducing the use of single-use plastic product among the population will help reducing the plastic pollution in Malaysia. Courtney Lin will define that single-use plastic as a product that are predominantly made from fossil fuel, frequently based on chemical, and intended to be thrown away immediately after being used. The most popular application for single-use plastic products are in packaging, such as bottle, straw, container, and plastic bag. This issue is not only visible in our country, but also worldwide. Single-use plastic products are more likely than reusable alternatives to end up in our ocean, and surely they impact not only on our ecosystem, but also on our health as well. The Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change Ministry, which is aware of Malaysian plastic problem, has implemented Malaysian roadmap towards zero single-use plastic 2018 to 2030 back in 2018. Its goal was to take a paced, evidence-based and comprehensive approach by involving all stakeholders in jointly addressing Malaysian single-use plastic pollution. The simplest way to prevent this waste is to use less plastic, especially single-use plastic products. The society should either begin carrying reusable bags and bottles on a daily basis, especially when they are outside, or reduce purchasing food outside, particularly through food delivery services, as this will result in the increased use of single-use plastic products for each delivery. All grocery retailers and supermarkets should support Malaysian initiative or campaign such as No Plastic Bag Day by not offering plastic bags to their customer. Lotus Malaysia, or formerly known as Tascom Malaysia, for example, fully support the government initiative to reduce single-use plastic by not providing plastic bags to the customer at the checkout counter, and as a result, they have successfully reduced more than 21 million single-use plastic bag use for a few years. This study shown that reducing the use of single-use plastic products will decrease the amount of plastic pollution in Malaysia. Raising awareness and changing attitude among the citizens is another solution that can be taken to reduce plastic pollution in Malaysia. According to an Ipsos Malaysian survey, more than 56% of the respondents are aware of the harm caused by plastic products, yet believe that the government should take the lead in finding solutions. Plastic pollution awareness in Malaysia can be achieved through campaigns, school activities, or even the surrounding environment, where an individual attitude can be influenced by the environment and their own surrounding, such as family and friends. As an example, the first national recycle program that has been implemented by the government in 1993 has an initiative to increase the habit of application of the reuse, reduce and recycle program among the society. Furthermore, the government or any stakeholder should also utilize media platform to raise society awareness of plastic pollution issue, such as by increasing advertisement or conducting online campaign. As a society, they must support the government campaign while also ensuring that they do not rely solely on the government to solve these problems and must take action themselves. They need to change their behavior toward plastic product and switch to reusable one. Despite all of the government initiative to reduce the plastic pollution, the society reaction to them is more important. By By getting involved in recycling its own plastic waste, society can indirectly support the government initiative. Plastic pollution in Malaysia will absolutely be reduced with increased public awareness and participation.
Malaysia is a wealthy country with a strong economy, but now it is facing a very serious problem, which is plastic pollution. This is a real concern to the environment because plastic has many harmful chemicals that can contaminate our ocean. The ocean is the largest ecosystem on Earth, covering more than 30% of our planet's surface and holding 1/3 of all oxygen produced by plants. It supports 1/5 of all life on Earth and provides us with food, water, and livelihoods. One of the lessons learned from the plastic pollution is that the Malaysian government should push for the closure of all landfills and incineration plants, which will require more investment in recycling infrastructure to ensure that the plastic waste is not burned or buried in landfills. The government also needs to promote reuse of disposable packaging materials such as straws and bottles, while encouraging the use of reusable containers such as glass jars instead of plastic containers. Furthermore, government should implement better legislative enforcement, stricter waste separation at the source, and environmental education programs. These three things will help to reduce the amount of waste in the country. The people also need to give full cooperation to the government by following the strategic plan that have been implemented by them, because without their support, it will make the process harder for them. Last but not least, Malaysia should also consider implementing a tax on plastic bags, which will help to reduce the amount of plastic waste that ends up in landfills and oceans. Malaysia is a country rich in natural resources and beautiful beaches, but it also has a serious problem with waste management. Plastic bags are one of the most commonly used material in Malaysia, and they are often not recycled properly. This results in a lot of plastic waste ending up in landfills or being dumped into the ocean. A tax on plastic bags will help to reduce this problem by encouraging people to recycle them instead of throwing them away. It will also help to raise awareness about how harmful excessive use of plastic can be for our environment as well as for animals who feed on discarded fish nets or other garbage found floating in our ocean.
Pencemaran plastik ni sebenarnya sudah lama di Malaysia ni. Pencemaran berlaku di sungai, di laut, di daratan, lebih-lebih lagi di kawasan-kawasan setinggan yang rumah yang di atas sungai ni. Bermakna pencemaran plastik ni memang berlaku, bukan saja di negara kita ni, tetapi di negara lain pun, di dunia pun memang berlaku pencemaran plastik ni di mana-mana, di sungai, di laut, di darat dan sebagainya. Dan oleh demikian macam kita perlu untuk jalankan satu kempen untuk mengurangkan penggunaan plastik di negara kita ni. Kita kena kurangkan pembelian plastik, tetapi memang macam sukar untuk kita bendung masalah ni. Macam sukar untuk kita kurangkan masalah pencemaran plastik ini. Salah satu sebabnya ialah produk-produk yang dijual pun di kedai di mana-mana pun semua berasaskan plastik. Banyak yang berasaskan plastik. Sabun mandi, sabun dan sebagainya, alat memasak pun, Maggi, beras dan sebagainya, semua ini dijual dalam bentuk plastik. Bila bermakna dalam bentuk plastik, jadi pelanggan membeli pun dalam bentuk plastik. Jadi bermakna sudah lebih penggunaan plastik itu sudah ada. Jadi sebab itu sukar dibendung.
As a conclusion, we need to protect our environment since it protects ecosystem, and this planet is our legacy to the future generation.